Welcome, friends. Today we're going to talk about poultry farming, and we have a lot on our table of contents. So, from the introduction to breeders' farm to hatchery up to feasibility studies, we have a lot to exhaust in this presentation. So, it's chicken, turkey, duck, goose are all types of birds called poultry, and they are reared for meat. The chickens farmed for meat are called broiler chickens, while a group of chickens is called a flock. Eggs are laid by broiler hens, male chickens are called cockerel, and female chickens are called pullets or hens. The eggs are collected and sent to hatchery whenever they are hatched. Eggs are incubated into the hatchery and are kept warm. Normally this is done between 20 to 27 days. After that, the baby chickens which are hatched are called chicks, and the baby turkey are called poults. The hatched birds are then sorted and transported to rearing farms. So a group of chicks are called clutch or peep. When a chick hatched, it can live up to about 2 days without being given any food. This is because it still has nutrients in the stomach from when it was inside the egg. This is why chicks do not need any food or water when they are being moved to a rearing farm. In the rearing farms, special houses that are provided for the chicks, and they need to be fed with good water and special diet. These houses are normally cleaned before the birds arrive, and trained staff are required to handle this. The birds are reared until they reach the required weight. Once the birds reach the required weight, they can be transported to a processing plant. Trained staff called catchers catch the birds and put them in special containers called models. The models are then loaded into lorries and taken to processing plants. Here the birds are processed and packaged. The meat is then packaged and labeled, ready to be delivered to restaurants, to shops, and to supermarkets. So we want to look at poultry farming contribution to the economy. First thing is that it brings income and employment, and it provides investment opportunities for the people who want to invest in that area. There are a lot to do, um, from the production of the poultry feed mills, battery cages, and even up to poultry drugs and vaccines. So it's a big area for investment. Then it also provides food and diet to the teeming population. The income sources in poultry farms include the broiler bird production. Broiler is produced for meat. It matures fast and can attain an average weight of 2 to 2.5 kilograms within the 7 to 8 weeks. We also have the cockerel bird production. These are produced for meat, but it grows slower and it may take up to 20 weeks to attain marketable weight. Then we have the layer bird production, which the poultry eggs production in Nigeria involve the raising of pullets, which produce eggs for sale. Most layers start laying at about 18 to 22 weeks, and they can lay up to a year and a half when they are sold off as whole spent layers. The breeder bird production eggs from breeder birds are incubated into hatcheries, and eggs hatched to produce day-old chicks and can grow into a pullet or broiler birds. Consideration to start a poultry farm: it's important that you must have a land, and it has to be well located, and you must have a poultry housing. Then you must seek for quality birds so that they will be healthy and they will be able to live up to expectation. Then you must do what is called brooding. Brooding is really the business. Even though it's safe to start with some weeks old broiler birds and point of lay as a newbie, it is important to learn how to brood yourself and take care of your chicks until they reach maturity. Then, of course, you must uh, look out for quality feeds. For the very young ones, it's important that you buy quality feeds from reputable poultry outlets. And as you're getting old, you can also think about formulating of the poultry feed. This can be helpful as it will help to reduce and lower the cost of production. Then, of course, you must seek for and purchase tools that you use in your poultry farm. The poultry tools include housing, cages, incubators, feeders, water pot, heater, laying nest, egg handling nest, etc. All this you have to seek and buy, and you must provide budget for all this. Now, the health of the poultry is really very important. Um, you know that in so if you have your chicks in a battery cage system, for example, you have to constantly watch out for or examine their nipples routinely. You have to observe your birds frequently for any disease sign, and you have to take necessary actions immediately you notice one. You must maintain strict biosecurity and hygiene on the poultry farm. You must provide food dip and limit visitors to the farm. Ensure prompt removal of poultry dung as it can serve as a source of bacterial growth and ammonia gas generation on your poultry farm. Then vaccination is essential. You must vaccinate your poultry, uh, your chicks when it is due. This has to be taken seriously. The health of your pet will determine the output that you have at the end of the day. Marketing is also very important. You don't just start up a poultry farm without understanding how you're going to sell your chickens, your eggs. We have a lot of cases of, uh, um, of we have a lot of cases in which the poultry product may be difficult to sell if you do not do your marketing very well. So you need to put in place an effective marketing strategy. Success in poultry farming business may depend on the marketing strategy that you adopt. Many poultry farmers in Nigeria lose millions due to egg glut when they can't get market for their eggs. So it's important that you source out for outlets for the broiler birds, such as eateries, before you commence the production business. So how do you choose your good feed? And well, feeding makes up the major cause of production. And chicken feeding recommendation vary depending on the age and where you're raising your chicks for meat or eggs. So chickens need protein, carbohydrate, and fats, along with appropriate vitamins and minerals. Most data and grower ration have 18 to 20% protein. This formulation for growth and development of bones and internal organs. The amount of protein in your diet is very important. It helps them to produce feathers and eggs as well as to grow. So feed comes in different forms. It can be crumbles, it can be pellets, and it can be mash. So you need to feed them between 2 to 3 times in a day. So quality feeding is really very important, and of course quality drinking water. The composition of your feed, if you want to produce your feed locally, should have things like corn and soya meal. You have balancer and concentrates. You have salt, which should be between 0.2 to 0.5%. Then you have supplemental lipids like millets. You have yellow pigmentation, which will come from your corn. You have non-nutritive additives such as are used for a variety of reasons, like antibiotics, to stimulate growth and control disease. Then you have the fish oil. Fish oil is a dependable source of vitamin A and B, and it's mainly used for chicken feed and laying hens feed. Fish oil is very effective when green pastures and sunlight is not adequate. So let's look at the feasibility study of what it takes to, in terms of finance, to start up a poultry business and the expected revenue that you will achieve or get uh, after 18 months. The land is a fixed asset, that means you buy it once, and once you choose a location and you buy your land, then you don't need to buy it again. So we're estimating the cost of the land to be 350,000. The point of lay layers here, we are buying 500. So the estimated cost is 1,350. That will give us 675,000. Then we're buying 5 cages, in which each cage will have 96 beds. And this is also a fixed asset, you only buy it once. So the estimated cost is 50,000. 50 times 5 is 250,000 naira. Then we also have cage houses or pen construction. We're buying 5. We are setting up 5, sorry. We're setting up 5, and estimated cost is about 80,000, so that will be 400,000. So you have to also consider 18 months worth of feeding. Here we are projecting that you may need to buy some feed and possibly supplement it with your manually produced feeds. So we're estimating here that we'll spend a little over 250,000 for that times 18. That gives us 4,552,500 naira. Then the first 6,737,500 naira. That's what we're going to spend. So now let's see, how can we recoup these expenses after 18 months? Now, 8,670 crates of eggs will be produced over a period of 18 months. That is 17 crates a day from the second month to the 18 months. You can conveniently sell 1 crate of egg for 800 naira. So for 18 months, the eggs alone will just make 936,000 naira. That's already more than the total cost you spent in setting up the poultry farm. Then, assuming that we have 5% mortality rate, that is 25 birds are expected to die out of 500. So we'll have 475 birds left in the farm after 18 months. So you can sell each whole layer for minimum of 1,500 per chicken. So that will give us another 712,000 naira. Again, the cost of the excretion can be sold. Here I'm estimating 180,000. For those who goes into feather business, the feathers can also be sold. That is not added here. So here, for my estimate, the total sales will be 7,828,500. So the profit after sales will be you subtract the total sale minus the money you spent in setting up the poultry business, and the profit is 1,091,000. So the gross profit margin is about 16.2%. Don't forget that after the first 18 months, you will not need to buy land anymore. You will not need to buy most of the fixed assets that you have already incurred. So in that case, you will just be concentrating on the production of eggs and the purchase of your point of layers, and that will reduce a lot of costs. So in order to make profit in poultry business, you must be able to keep on for at least a minimum of 5 years, and where you don't need to buy the fixed asset anymore, your profit will start building up over the number of years. So it's a good business to to get into, and a good business to indulge in if one is patient, if one is diligent, if you have a good maintenance culture, and if you follow all the necessary steps that are necessary to keep your pet healthy. Thank you for listening.